Hi everyone, I'm Gunashri, studying in Shri Venkateshwara College of Engineering. I'll be explaining about four-stroke petrol engine. So what is an engine basically? So a heat engine or a thermal engine is a machine used for converting heat developed by burning fuel into useful work. And coming particularly into internal combustion engine, it is a motor which converts chemical energy into mechanical energy. And IC engine. So IC engine is a machine which converts again chemical energy into mechanical energy. And why it is preferred? Because of its high efficiency, simplicity, compactness, lightweight, easy starting, and comparatively low cost. The IC engines are classified into various types, and here four-stroke is mainly, as the name itself suggests, it completes its cycle in four different strokes, and it is a petrol engine. A petrol engine is an internal combustion engine with spark ignition designed to run on petrol and similar voltaic fuels. Four-stroke petrol engine. A four-stroke petrol engine is an internal combustion engine in which the piston completes four separate strokes which comprise a single thermodynamic cycle. A stroke refers to the full travel of the piston along the cylinder in either direction. Coming next to the four-stroke petrol engine. A stroke is a movement of the piston from the top to the bottom of the cylinder. As the name suggests, the four-stroke petrol engine uses a cycle of four strokes and petrol as a fuel. Each cycle includes two rotations of the crankshaft and four strokes, namely, the first one is the intake stroke, second one is the compression stroke, third one is the expansion stroke, also called as the power stroke, and the last one is the exhaust stroke. What is the principle of four-stroke engine? The principle of the four-stroke engine is Otto cycle. So here, the principle used in four-stroke petrol engine is commonly known as Otto cycle. It states that there will be one power stroke for every four-stroke. Such engines use spark plug, which is used for the ignition of the combustible fuel used in the engine. Most of the cars, bikes, and trucks use a four-stroke engine. In every Otto cycle, there is an adiabatic compression, addition of heat at constant volume, and adiabatic expansion, and the release of heat at constant volume. The process of Otto cycle. So each movement of the cylinder up or down the cylinder is one stroke of the four-stroke combustion cycle. The four-stroke cycle consists of induction stroke, compression stroke, ignition stroke, and the exhaust stroke. A single cycle requires two revolutions of the crankshaft to complete. Coming next to the first stroke, that is the intake stroke. So during this stroke, the inlet valve opens and the exhaust valve is closed. The pressure in the cylinder will be atmospheric intake valve. As the piston moves from TDC to BDC, the volume in the cylinder increases, while simultaneously the pressure decreases. This creates a pressure difference between the atmosphere and inside of the cylinder. Due to this pressure difference, only the atmosphere air will enter into the cylinder through air filter and inlet. At the end of the stroke, the cylinder will be filled completely with air and inlet valve will be closed. Coming to the next one is the compression stroke. The compression stroke is when the tap air fuel mixture is compressed inside the cylinder. The combustion chamber is sealed to form the charge. The charge is the volume of the compressed air fuel mixture trapped inside the combustion chamber, ready for ignition. Compressing the air fuel mixture allows more energy to be released when the charge is ignited. Intake and exhaust valve must be closed to ensure that the cylinder is sealed to provide compression. So compression is the process of reducing or squeezing a charge from a large volume to a smaller volume in the combustion chamber. The flywheel helps to maintain the momentum necessary to compress the charge. When the piston of the engine compresses the charge, the piston causes heat to be generated. The compression and heat of air fuel vapor in the charge results is an increase in the change in temperature and increases the first. Coming next to the expansion or the power stroke. In expansion stroke, both the valves are closed. When piston reaches top of the stroke, the fuel is sprinkled by the fuel injector and the fuel mixture is ignited due to high temperature and pressure generated inside the cylinder and pushed down the piston to VDC. Hence, it is also known as the power stroke or the expansion stroke. The power generated in this stroke is stored in the flywheel for its further utilization in the other strokes. Exhaust stroke. During this stroke, the inlet valve remains closed and the exhaust valve remains open. During this stroke, piston moves upward and pushes the burnt gases out through exhaust valve. Only a small amount of exhaust gases remains in the clearance space, which gets diluted with the fresh incoming charge during the next suction stroke. In this type of engine, 4 strokes of piston are required to complete the cycle. 4-stroke makes 2 revolutions of the crankshaft. Each alternative revolution of the crankshaft has 1 power. The PV diagram for 4-stroke petrol engine is as follows. So A and 1 to 2 represents the intake stroke, and 2 to 3 is the expansion stroke or the compression stroke. 3 to 4 is the constant combustion process. 4 to 5 is the adiabatic process, which is the power stroke. 5 to 6, the heat rejection takes place, and back 2 to 1, again the exact stroke will take place. What are the advantages and disadvantages of 4-stroke petrol engine? So advantages are it is more volumetric efficiency, less wear and tear, less fuel consumption, thermal efficiency is more. Coming into the disadvantages, more components, separate valve mechanism is required, more cost, more complicated design. Where are this 4-stroke petrol engine used? The 4-stroke version is generally used for larger application and is the most common type of engine used in automobiles today. This type of engine is an igneous and practical design that has powered millions of vehicles. It produces a large amount of power in an efficient and effective manner. It also generally produces less pollution and lasts longer than 2-stroke engine. The engine was created by Nicholas Otto in the middle 18 knots, and in his honor, it's sometimes known as the Otto engine. And coming to the last, so what are the 4 main strokes? That is the intake, compression, combustion, and exhaust, which is also called as a Otto cycle. Hope everyone finds this video useful. Thank you.